Hey everyone, the last Shoegazer here with a response video to the Scream Factory tag that was created by Outlaw of the Dead, as well as some of his YouTube friends, including Bearded Slasher, Dr. Movie 91, among a couple others. So I got tagged by my good buddy Jason from Horrific Nightmares JM, as well as Andrew Ballina. So, yeah, whenever Jason told me he was going to tag me in this, I was really excited because he, along with, many of you guys know how huge of a Scream Factory fan I am. And it's funny because I was actually gearing up to kind of do an overview of my Scream Factory collection. I've been on a huge kick. I've been finding some really good additions to add to my collection, and it's been filling out slowly but surely. I'm just going to focus on their regular line. I'm not going to be talking about any of my IFC Scream Factory editions, which I have a good many of now. But I'm just going to kind of show the core group of titles here, most of them being collector's editions. And with a couple other titles thrown in here, you can see the Anchor Bay of the first Halloween, as well as the Umbrella Blu-ray release of Silver Bullet. And then I'm not sure what you're going to see on the left and right there. I tried to focus in on just the Scream Factory, but I have a couple Era Video, Vinegar Syndrome, Scorpion, Blue Underground, and I had some stacks laying on top of these guys here, so I took those off so I could kind of pull them out a little bit easier. So yeah, you're seeing most of my Scream Factory collection here, and we're asked 10 questions. The first one is, what was your first Scream Factory edition? Well, that was this guy right here, the first Sleepaway Camp. I was really happy whenever I heard about this one. Really enjoy the atmosphere of this film. It's really kind of in the same vein of like the Friday the 13th franchise, which you guys know that's my favorite horror franchise. Yeah, I got this one at FYE a couple of years ago to kind of start my collection there. And honestly, at the time, I didn't even really know too many details about Scream Factory. I just knew that this was like really expensive. It was like $29, and that's the most I've ever seen for just a standard Blu-ray pack. I knew it was a combo pack. You got the DVD as well. I didn't even know that it was missing a slipcover at the time. So, yeah, but I love the artwork on this. I think it's a really cool first edition to have from Scream Factory. Really classic, nice, fun, unique, original slasher, even though it does have some of those familiar elements to it. But, yep, this was my very first one. I'm just going to try to file these back as I'm working through, keep it kind of organized here so we don't have stuff everywhere. Number 2, how did you first find out about Scream Factory? Well, I knew that this one was a Scream Factory. I saw the logo there. I could tell it was definitely a unique looking release. It was different than anything I had ever purchased before. But honestly, not until I kind of stepped into the realm of YouTube and started my channel in December of this past year, and kind of was pulled into the really tight-knit horror community, which, I'm going to be forever grateful for that. I made some really good friends and some awesome connections, and have had just a ton of awesome discussions on really good films, and have learned about a lot of new ones, including Scream Factory titles. So that's kind of, whenever I figured out that this is a really unique company, they're something special, they do special things with special movies, new artwork, the reversible, inserts, the limited slips and how they, they go out of print after, like the first 3 or 4 months, depending on where you get them from. So I learned a lot just through discussion with my good buddies. The more I explored, the more I picked some up, the more I was hooked. Number 3, what is your favorite Scream Factory artwork? Well, I'm going to have to go with a werewolf one. And my good buddy Sean Urshan, it's funny, I noticed that he picked this one as well. But I'm a huge werewolf movie fan, as you guys know, and this is one of my favorites, aside from Silver Bullet being a nostalgic favorite of mine. I just really, really love the artwork. I think it's very colorful. The moonlight kind of slicing through the trees, the use of like the orange and red and the flame to kind of highlight the temptress in the woods there, and all the look of the werewolves are just really, really creepy. I think that is just phenomenal. I was tempted to pick the new limited steelbook of The Howling, which you guys can see I have here, just because it's gorgeous, but I'm going to save that for later. Number 4, what was your favorite or least favorite blind buy? I would say I really don't have a least favorite, but I went into, I got some other ones here that I'm going to show that I kind of had to pull off here. But In the Mouth of Madness, this is a recent pickup of mine. I did an unboxing of it recently, and honestly, guys, it was the first time that I ever saw this movie in its entirety. I believe I saw bits and pieces when I was a little bit younger, but it's just one that I couldn't really put together in my mind. And honestly, the more I worked through this film, the more I realized like I haven't actually seen this completely. So seeing it on the new transfer on Blu-ray, the sound, the audio was just amazing. The special features were top notch. They did that on hollowed ground. Special feature was really, really cool. We got to see some of the filming locations. I love stuff like that that take you really, a lot deeper into the film than most companies put into their special features. But I almost picked this as my favorite artwork. But this was such a pleasant first watch, and I'm glad I saw it from Scream Factory for the first. So I'll take that one down. A couple others, guys, that I removed is the Amityville Horror Trilogy. You guys can see those there. Did an unboxing of that one recently as well. The collector's edition of The Thing, which is awesome. Misery. Got that one from Walmart a couple of months ago. Kind of surprised. Came with the slip. Return of the Living Dead, and Ghost Town. So those are just some other, standard Scream Factory releases. They were kind of stacked up on top as well, and wanted to show those briefly. Moving on. What is your favorite non-collector's edition? Sorry guys, I'm going to have to go with another werewolf one, but it is Bad Moon. I have this on DVD, but I was really excited to upgrade this when I had a good chance to get it at a good price. I found it used as a part of someone's collection that they dumped off at an FYE about an hour away from me, and I went back like 3 or 4 times to get a good many at a really good price. So, Bad Moon. Really, really nice upgrade to a really good werewolf film. Let's see, what is your favorite double feature? Well, I only have, in the way of double features, the newer Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 that Walmart, I believe, still has for around, it's like 10 or 12 bucks. But I'm going to go with, this is the second Scream Factory release that I picked up, aside from Sleepaway Camp. And as you can see, it has the collector's edition artwork there of The Howling. There's no special features, but this is written in yellow instead of red, which I like anything that makes it a different kind of edition, even if it's just a different spin on the artwork. And then John Carpenter's The Fog. So these both feature, the collector's editions artwork from Scream Factory, but I found this in the bargain bin around the time that I started my YouTube channel, and I did a review, kind of an unboxing for this, and that's actually how I got connected with Jason, because he did one as well. His popped up after I posted mine, and I think that's kind of how he discovered me as well. And it turned into a phenomenal friendship that's going to last many years. So very grateful for that. It's funny how you can get connected through a movie to somebody. It's very special. Next one, number 7. What is your dream Scream Factory release? Well, I thought about, Silver Bullet, but Umbrella, did a nice Blu-ray upgrade of that one with some really great special features, a nice interview with Everett McGill. But a personal favorite of mine, and it might not really be one that you guys think of as being a good Scream Factory release, but I'm going to go with The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. It might be, more of like a Shout Factory, like their Select line. I kind of forget what that's called, but it kind of borders being, like a thriller and, having some really intense moments. It's definitely kind of a cult film, but just has a really cool, hip kind of feel to it. It's always been a personal favorite of mine, and it has yet to have a good Blu-ray release. I've been waiting for that for years to get a good release, but it's just beautiful. A lot of ocean scenery on the island. It would look phenomenal on a Blu-ray upgrade, and I think it deserves it. So what better of a company than Scream Factory to get a hold of something really unique and kind of off the grid than something like The Beach. Next one, number 8. What is the biggest surprise Scream Factory or Shout Factory release? I'm going to go with Drag Me to Hell, just because it's a little bit of like a newer film. I was kind of surprised that they got a hold of this, but it got a really cool treatment, and I'm happy to have that one in my collection. And another one, I'm not going to show it, but it's actually a Shout Factory release. It's the Rocko's Modern Life, the complete series that I got about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I thought that was really cool from Shout Factory to do that. That was one of my favorite shows from the 90s. Number 9, if you could have any franchise turned into a box set from Scream Factory, what would it be? That would be Friday the 13th, hands down, no question. That's my favorite franchise. And I think Scream Factory would do it justice and include a lot of really great material, hopefully covering newer and different material than what's in His Name Was Jason documentary and, Crystal Lake Memories. I would want to see a new treatment, a new approach, but I think they could really pull that off with really nice packaging. And number 10, what is your favorite Scream Factory edition? Well, that is my favorite standalone slasher, The Burning, which my great friend Jason recently sent me his slipcover to include with one of my favorite films. So, I really love this film. I think it sets itself apart from other slashers while kind of paying them tribute. It definitely plays a lot like Friday the 13th, only a darker, more intense feel to it. I think it's a really special, unique film. It's very heavy, really kind of an original story in and of itself. I absolutely love this film, and I love the artwork on this too. That does it for me. I'm actually going to leave this tag open because a lot of my buddies have already been tagged by some of my other buddies. So I think this is kind of going around within the horror community here with a lot of my close friends. So if you guys are fans of Scream Factory, feel free to do this, and hopefully you enjoyed my responses. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one.